Good. I'm glad it's not. This is K4PW with the non-Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? The answer obviously is no. Didn't hear any yays. So it isn't any emergency traffic, but if there ever is, don't hesitate to jump in here and scream. We will answer you regardless of what's going on. Just try not to double with anybody. That'd be the best bet, because that way we can hear you. So anyway, if any traffic, interrupt at any time for emergency. For information on this net, you can see us right now. Well, you'll see my radio and my display, and you'll hear the sound of my voice and other people who get on the air. On YouTube, look on YouTube. Look for the search block in YouTube, and you can put in my call, K4PEW. My initials, by the way, Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, and we'll bring up it'll show you where to go for the net. You can also see information on Simplex and what we kind of do on Simplex, and some good stuff, I think. It's on 146.415.net, 146.415.net. That's where the dot is. And there's some stuff in there. And then you can also sign up on our groups.io page. You just go to groups, GROUPS, India Oscar, and do a search for MJSS, and it'll bring us right up. You can see when our nets are, what we're doing, we call it a club, but it's really a non-club club. No dues, no equipment to maintain, no meeting site, no clubhouse, no friends, no front teeth. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff missing, but it's still a club. The ARRL said we are. So we do have some rules, but they really are just the same as the FCC rules about getting on the air. And I think most of you know what they are. If you're a licensed amateur, you know what they are. Anyway, the purpose, and we conduct the net on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m., 146.415 FM. Tonight we are doing the net. We're doing three nets plus a buy, sell, swap, and swindle net. But we have the 2 meter on 146.415. Then we've got the 2 meter upper sideband, and we're going to follow that with the buy, sell, swap, and swindle net, and then the 2 meters upper sideband net on 144.240. And then we follow that with the 6 meters on 50.135. So if you can ask later if you're not sure what they are, but I'm sure it always seems to come up. But let's see what else. No, that's it on those announcements. There's also an announcement. Well, I'll go announcements in a second. Purpose of that is to have fun. Figure out who you can hear. Some people, no, everybody must keep a list. If you don't keep a list, you're kicked out of the club. But I wouldn't know who keeps a list, so it doesn't matter. You can keep 4 lists, keep 3 for other people, but it doesn't matter. But a lot of people keep lists to figure out when they hear somebody on the air, and they can also hear what's on the YouTube video. They can figure out, say, I can't hear who Net Control's talking to, and where is that person, and why can't I hear them if it's in a reasonable distance? And that's how people really get motivated to improve the height and the efficiency of their antennas. Anyway, we'll move on. We invite everyone to use the net for announcements, and my big announcements of tonight are what we just said about the nets tonight. There's also, remember, Thursday night, which is December 24th, there is a Santa net. It'll be broadcast, so to speak, on this frequency, 146.415. It starts at 7 p.m. You're invited to bring kids of all ages, probably about 2, if they can understand English, 2 to 100. I don't think we have anybody over 100 on the net, but it ought to be entertaining. That's on this frequency. It's done by KF4KFQ Tony, who's going to be using his antenna, and it'll be rebroadcast. Again, the word broadcast, which we don't use in ham radio. It'll be retransmitted. It'll be cross-banded until 446.415. 446.415. Just to make sure that everybody kind of has access to it. But it'll also be going out on the YouTube, just like now. And you'll have a way, if you haven't already seen the email, ask for one, about how you can access if you're listening to it on YouTube and you can't get him by a radio. You can certainly have your kids, or you can talk to Santa via Zoom. There's a couple of ways that he has to do that, and it's an email you'll get. I'll be sending out another reminder, I think today, and there'll be another one going out on Wednesday just to make sure everybody gets it. But if you're not on the mailing list, you're not going to get it. But if you still need it, you don't want to be on the mailing list, Too bad. No, not too bad. You can just ask me and I'll send it to you, or Tony send it to you.
Got an announcement.
You got an announcement?
Yeah, this came for Tom. I don't know if he's on radio or not. He announced last night we will not be having a WC4AR net for the next 2 weeks due to Christmas and New Year's. So if you've been tuning in to the Wilson County net, we will not begin that again until January 1st, Thursday in January.
So there won't be one Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, as it'll be the 2 days, the next 2 Thursdays.
He says he's going to close it for the next 2 weeks, and we'll pick it up January.
All right, so you got to be a non-club in order to do Nets Christmas week. That's right. If you're a club, you can't do Nets. Anyway, that's the announcement that Donnie just passed along. Was if you're wanting to participate in the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club's information net that is normally held on Thursday evening at 8 p.m. They're not going to be doing them for the next 2 weeks because Thursday is Christmas Eve and the following Thursday is New Year's Eve. And you'd be too busy putting together toys on Christmas Eve. You'd be too busy preparing food and drink on the next Eve, Thursday. So anyway, no W4's. The Wilson County Amateur Club's repeater net on 147.105. There what's today? This Saturday? Yeah, that's right. This Thursday, it's not working. You're not going to have. You can get on there if you want to, but there won't be a regular net Thursday nights for the next 2 weeks. Anybody else got announcements? Okay, very good. Just be prepared also if you can. If you don't have anything, don't worry about it. Remember, you can always put stuff you want to sell on the group email site. It goes out to 127 people or so. It's a great way to, I think it's a great way. It's an easy way to find 126 people who might be interested in what you have to offer. Some people have found a very favorable way to do that. Also, no, that's all I got. No more announcements? All righty. Well, this is our net number 650. Nice round number there, 650. Of course, as you all know, I think we're in our 7th year. I think that's what it is. And in our 7th year. We started in September, and this is October, November, December. Yeah, we're already 3 months, the first quarter into our 7th year. And we're starting tonight from the north. And tonight, as always, or not as always, as we have been of recent, doing the nets. We're starting when you check in, just need your call. Of course, everybody should know their call by now. Your call, your FCC registration number, the password. No, I forget the FCC registration number. Just your call, just your first name, unless you want to give us your last name. That's not necessary. In fact, I don't even hardly know anybody's last name. I only know their call. Sometimes I don't know that. So it's first name, call, and what's the last name? Oh yeah, where you live, what town or what crossroads or what acreage of land you live on. Anyway, let's start taking check-ins from the north then. Please come now.
KB9 RKK, Frank in Northwest Mount Juliet. Kilo. First name Zachary. In Macon County, near the town of Lafayette. And FRN 0021
No, please don't give me the FRN number. I appreciate it though. I was just missing your call. I got the last 3, and I know it's 4 in there. But what's the first letters on your call?
Kilo for Alpha, Kilo. Zachary in Macon County.
Yeah, no, I knew the Zachary part. I just didn't remember if it was Kilo at the front end of that. But very good. We got Zachary in there in Lafayette. Good to have you in there again, Zachary. You have a good signal into my shack here in Mount Juliet. And also, we had I'd love to hear a report on how you're copying signals later in the net, if you don't mind. I mean, if you can stick around that long. Anyway, we also had Frank in there here in Northwest Mount Juliet. Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo. Everything all right, Frank?
Oh yeah, everything's fine. And man, he's coming in great to me here from out there.
Yeah, no, he sounds very good out of Lafayette. Of course, he does have some nice elevation up there. I think he's at 1,000 feet, which is higher than most of us here down here in the lowlands.
Oh, roger that. Yeah, I'm interested to see how good what do you call it? Rick's going to come in. He was coming in gangbusters last time.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's a little different conditions tonight with a little bit rainy, but we'll find out. Very good. That's Frank. He is in Northwest Wilson. That's Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo. Who else is north?
WB0NOO, Mark in Northwest Wilson. And by the way, I heard Zachary good.
Oh, yeah. No, he's got a real nice signal. And of course, you guys are a little farther north than I am, so you probably hear him even better than I do. That's Mark. He's in Northwest Wilson. Everything all right with you, Mark?
Doing good. Just staying out of the rain.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, you can only get so wet. That's the problem. I'm just glad it's not raining hard. Anyway, who else is north? Please come now. Oh, by the way, that was Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar Oscar. It's Mark in Northwest Wilson. Who else is north?
KN4KXA, Robert in Goodlettsville, on my J-pole.
All right, Robert. Hold on, Robert. They had somebody else, and there was a nice double in there. Who was that whiskey station?
Whiskey 3 JCH, Justin and Galvin.
Ah, very good, Justin. Yeah, it was a nice double. Yeah, both had good signals, too. But Robert covered you right up with his J-pole.
Man, Roger left. I've got that super J-pole. That thing does digital, analog, all that stuff. Pretty fancy antenna.
Oh, yeah. No, I have one of those. It's sitting in the garage connected to nothing at the moment because I put up this other $1 million antenna. Well, very good. Hold on, Robert. Well, anyway, that's Robert. Kilo November 4, Kilo X-Ray Alpha. And Robert is in, is that Gallatin?
Negative. That's Goodlettsville.
Oh, that's right. Good. Let's get that right one of these days. Well, very good, Robert. You do have an excellent signal with your J-pole. And yeah, that super J-pole does work pretty good. I don't really truly know how much gain those have, but it does seem to do pretty well. That's what I started out with the net, but it was in my attic, which is a bad location for any antenna. And that's why I went and bought a slightly better antenna outside, and then I bought a much better antenna outside, and that's what I'm using now is that super good antenna outside. It costs about 10,000. No, it's about 5,000. No, not that many. About 300 times more than a J-pole. Anyway, Justin, Whiskey 3, Juliet, Charlie, Alpha. You're the one in Gallatin, right?
That's Juliet Charlie Hotel, but yes, I'm up in Gallatin.
Yeah, you couldn't even read my own writing. I'm sorry about that. Everything all right up there in Gallatin?
Been a good day. Yeah, we're just kind of sitting out in the pickup truck and watching it rain at the moment. But no, good day. Good Saturday. Got Sunday to look forward to, and that's really about it.
Oh yeah, no, they're all really good days. People get bummed out about weather sometimes, and I haven't done that in many years. Weather, the only thing that would get me bummed out about weather is if it actually kept me inside longer than I wanted to, like a huge ice storm like we had a few years ago, or a huge. I don't think we're going to see any huge snowstorm. But if I'm locked up for more than 3 days, I go stir crazy. But no, I can still go outside. It doesn't bother me. Anyway, that was Justin and Gallatin, Whiskey 3, Juliet Charlie Hotel. Sorry about the Alpha there. I got to remember to write that down correctly next time. Who else is north?
KO4 HTO, Josh Gallatin.
Hey, Josh, everything well? Too. Another Gallatin station. You all right?
Can't complain. I managed to lay around and do absolutely nothing today.
Ah, so you were just as productive as I was. I actually did empty the dishwasher. Okay, I'm one up on you.
Pretty much just heard you on the radio the entire day.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's what I said. Finally, I got out. I was like, man, I spent way too much time on the radio today. Yeah, it was like the K4 PEW and some other people's radio show, including Dave up there in Madison. He was on there. David was on there for quite a while with me. I think an hour and a half or 2 hours or something. Anyway,
more like 3 or 4 hours.
Oh no, total? Yeah, total. It was close to 3 or 4 hours. Right? Well, if anybody wants to jump in anytime, they're welcome to do it. In fact, we'd be welcome to have a nice break. We were having a good time. Anyway, that's Josh, and Josh is in Gallatin again. Yeah, that's right. It's Kilo Oscar 4 Hotel Golf Oscar. Shows people are listening to the frequency anyway. The people who are complaining about me being on the air for 4 or 5 hours in one day. I'm going to take it easy tomorrow. I think I got work to do. Anyway, who else is north?
KC9 ETS, Paul, North Mount Juliet.
All right. He had two stations in there, but Paul made it just fine, and the other one didn't. Kilo Charlie 9 Echo Tango Sierra. Everything well on your end there, Paul?
Yeah, very good. Heard you talking about Timmy Hose earlier. You had the wife all excited.
Yeah, that Tim Hortons is actually a nice little store, and it's a lot cheaper than Starbucks.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you get the little the treaty donuts there.
Well, what's funny about, if you remember, Tim Hortons, they put a timer, they put a label on every pot of coffee they make, and then if it goes over, what is it, 30 minutes, and they throw it out even if it's full.
No, very nice. Yeah, it was a regular stop for her. Every time we're up there, we always make it a point to go. They got pretty good sandwiches too.
No, it's actually a good place for, like, as I remember, the menu included a nice variety of soup and sandwiches, for light menu, plus the donuts, plus the good coffee. You couldn't ask for any more than that.
That's good stuff. The closest thing we got down here, I think, for the north is the Culvers. But anyway, we thought that was funny when he heard I was going to jump in, but we were just pulling in somewhere. So just want to say hi.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, Tim Hortons hasn't made it down here. And anybody who doesn't know, Tim Hortons is a coffee, place similar, I'll say, to like a Starbucks, but it was less expensive and, great coffee and donuts. And they actually had nice lunches and soup and sandwiches. And it's named after a relatively famous hockey player who passed away not many years ago now. But that's who Tim Horton was. Famous Canadian it's not hockey, by the way. In Canada, it's hockey player. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Echo Tango Sierra, and that's Paul here in Mount Juliet. Who else is north?
Kilo Oscar 4 Juliet November Yankee Carlos Hendersonville.
Hey, Carlos, you sitting in the car?
Yeah, I'm actually. I think I'm ready to pull the trigger on a home base unit. I just got so many choices out there. I'm trying to make sure once I buy it, I'm gonna like it, and I'm not gonna want to upgrade soon.
Oh yeah, now most of the models that are available commercially, by the big whatever it's the four, Linko, Yaesu, Icon, Kenwood, it's really hard to go wrong. The only problem is, the only real problem is if you want a dual band, or you want some of them have a tri band, and some of them, if you want to do a cross band, but cross band isn't that big a deal unless you want to spend an extra 50, 80 bucks to get it.
Yeah, I'm almost of the opinion that I'd rather get a radio that I can grow into than grow out of. So it's just, finding the right budget for it. And then what I'm confused with right now is the antenna, and I'm trying to figure out exactly where I'm going to put it, whether I can put it outside or in the attic, and the run of the cable, what cable I should use. I'm getting a little overwhelmed with that, but I think I got it all. I'm almost there.
Yeah, no, very good. If you ever need, if you have any questions, just put them up on the group, and they'll answer them for you, or try to give you good answers. And if you need any help, let us know.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
Very good. That was Kilo Oscar 4 Juliet November Yankee. It's Carlos in Hendersonville, and he's had his license almost 4 weeks, maybe. I mean, almost 8 weeks.
Yep. I got it November 19th, so just about 4 weeks.
All right, so just 4 weeks. Ready to pull the trigger on. He's got a mobile rig, and he's now looking to get a home-based rig of some kind. So, yeah, if you need advice or something, just let us know. Anyway, Kilo Oscar 4 Juliet November Yankee, and Carlos in Hendersonville. Who else is north?
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
Man, Carlos is 30 over S9 to me and blowing me out.
Well, that's good. Carlos, did you have 50 watts on your mobile rig?
Yeah, but I have it on medium power right now because I figured I can get to you pretty easily.
Oh yeah, very much. And you were, and Michael said he was getting blown out by your Satan over there, northeast Nashville.
I'm glad I'm getting out. It sucks because I can hear some stations. I can hear pretty much Donaldson. I go pretty good, but I can move the car 10 feet in either direction, and I lose some and I gain some. Oh
yeah, such is the nature of location. Well, very good. Who else is north? Please come in. All righty, over to the where were we? West, please come in.
Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot, Rick in Ashland City.
Rick, you got a killer signal tonight.
Thank you.
No, it's only about S3, but the audio is very good. Who was asking me about hearing Rick over there? Who was it, Frank?
Hey, I'd like to say, Carlos, I couldn't hear a word he said, but it was nice meeting him last weekend at the breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Carlos, are we copying that?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
Oh, you were. I just wonder if you were copying Rick, who had seen you at the breakfast Saturday, and he says it was nice to meet you, but he couldn't hear anything on your mobile rig tonight.
You know what? He might have to try it again. I put the volume down because I was getting a call and I just hung up.
Oh no, he couldn't. I'm saying he couldn't hear you because he's over in Ashland City. You know, like probably 40 miles away.
No, I have not been able to hear Rick on the past. I know I haven't tried. You know, I don't know if he's checked in today right now, but and on Wednesday check-in, I haven't been. I didn't hear him.
All right, let's try it. Try it again, Rick.
Okay, I can hear him. Said that he hasn't been able to hear me yet, but I can hear that last transmission.
I take it you didn't hear that, Carlos.
Negative, I didn't.
All right, well, hence is the problem with ground level mobile rigs. They don't have an ability to capture very well. They get out okay, but oftentimes you can't hear the other party if they're a good distance away. Anyway, very good. We'll give it. You'll hear it when you get inside, and an outside antenna up on the roof or wherever. Anyway, Rick checked in. He had a good signal. That's Kilo November 4, Tango Juliet Foxtrot in Ashland City. Who else is Wes?
Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Mike is halfway between here and there.
Very good. It's Michael in Belshire. Everything well with you? Your shoulder all good? And going to go out weightlifting and bodybuilding?
No weightlifting this week, but we'll see about the rest.
All right. Yeah, I got some 3 or 4 big barbell sets, and I need to move up to the attic if you come over and do that for me.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, very good. All right. That was Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, Michael in Belshire, who also does the 10-meter net on Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. I don't think I mentioned that. I should have. Remember, 7:30 p.m., 10-meter net on, 28.415, upper side. All righty. Who else is next, West?
WY4G.
All righty. You're sounding chipper. Back to work?
No, still have stitches in my feet and just waiting to get those taken out and get released. So probably sometime next Monday. I gotta go back to the doctor. Hopefully, those things will be removed.
Do they have spare drivers for you guys on the routes?
Oh yeah, all that's covered. They have what's called an extra board. These people, they're not assigned anything. Well, they're not regular. I mean, they just do whatever's open, things like that. So yeah, all that's covered.
I just wondered because it's when it gets a lot of jobs. When key people take off, man, it's hard to refill the job.
Well, there's always someone on vacation or like me out, surgery or something, or on jury duty or something, whatever. So they have that covered.
All righty, very good. Well, I hope that goes well for you. And well, you're probably hoping you don't have to go back till January, right?
I guess. I mean, hopefully, I'd like to get back as soon as possible, but I think next Monday, the 28th, go back and hopefully it'll take them out then.
All right, very good. That's Jeff, who's recovering from foot surgery. That's Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, and he is in Madison. Who else is West?
KG4CXE, Chris and Dawn.
All right, Chris, sound good. You gonna sound good on the 6 meters tonight?
I'll try. Hey, I was thinking about it the other day. You hear me better on 6 because we're both on the same polarization.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, your 10 isn't very good.
It does what it can, believe it or not. I've talked a lot farther on 10 than I had 6, which is crazy. But the 10 is naturally better with the SWR on the 10 tennis, so it should be doing better. But yeah, you should be horizontal, and then the problem will be solved.
Yeah, well, I got this giant antenna up here vertical, and I'm not getting another one.
I don't blame you. Honestly, I'll be vertical eventually. Truth be told.
All right, very good. That's Chris in Donaldson, Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. Who else is West?
KG4LB, Jack and Donaldson.
All righty, Jack in Donaldson. Everything well with you as well?
Oh yeah, it's an exciting day. I walked out to the mailbox.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I did that too. I did the dishwasher and the mailbox. Forgot about it.
Your day was about as exciting as mine, Paul.
Well, if you spend any time listening to the radio, I was on there quite a long time today.
Oh yeah, I was monitoring some of that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I just I tried not to think about who was listening. But well, like I said, anytime somebody wants to jump in, they're welcome to jump in on any conversation I have, because this, I'm not the Dalai Lama here with words of wisdom, just a guy on the air. All right, that was Jack and Donaldson, Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Who else is west? All right, going to the south, please come down.
N8NUT, Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee, Bill, Murfreesboro.
Very good, Bill. I got you in. Hold on one second. I had the Carl in there in Franklin. Do you have any check-ins on that D-Star net tonight?
Yeah, I did. Well, there was 7 of us counting myself. It was a good little net.
Oh, there would have been more, but a couple of guys forgot the frequency or forgot to check in.
Yeah. It was good. It was a lot more than I expected. I didn't expect but maybe 1 or 2.
Well, good. I'm glad the email system tends to remind people. That's what's nice about it. And also, the next Saturday, you're going to do the net this coming Saturday as well?
Yeah. We'll do C4 FM Fusion this next coming Saturday.
Okay, Fusion this Saturday. It's going to be on the same frequency?
Yes, sir. 745 on 14646.
All right, I just want to say that again to those listening. They had a nice D-Star net today at 745 on 146.460. And this coming Saturday is going to do a Fusion, Yaesu Fusion net on the same frequency at 745 this coming Saturday. So he had 7 check-ins on the D-Star net. There could have been a few more. I know Eddie was going to check in, but time slipped him by. And I know there was somebody else. I don't remember who it was now. But I know there was a couple other people. Anyway, yeah, appreciate that, Carl. I think that's a nice addition to the bevy of nets we got going here.
Hey, Paul, appreciate you, all you do. Yeah, it's lots of fun. N8NUT.
All right, very good. Yeah, it's true. Tom left. He heard I was doing nets. He said, "That's it. I'm going."
Yeah, right.
No, I think it was his future wife had dragged him down there away from us.
Yeah, he couldn't help it.
No, he really couldn't. That's that primal call to be berated. No, his primal call to be loved and appreciated.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, very good. Carl, it was Carl, November 8, November Uniform Tango. Don't forget, next Saturday at 7:45, there is a Yaesu Fusion net on 146.460. And then Bill, you doing all right, Bill, down there in Murfreesboro?
Just doing terrific, like always.
Very good. Good to have you in there. That's Bill in Murfreesboro. Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee. I always want to pretend that stands for Northern New York, where I kind of grew up. Who else is south? Please come down.
W0G7 Mark Juliet, Papa, Jason, and Laverne.
Okay, hold on, Jason. All right, very good. I got 3 in there. Hold on one second. Got 3 people in there, and Mark was first. Whiskey Zero Golf Zulu Romeo in Nashville. Everything well, Mark?
Oh, yes, it is.
Now, very good. You sound good tonight. Let me grab these others. I got Jason. Jason, what's your full call there? I only got the last 2.
November 4, Charlie, Juliet, Papa.
Ah, there we go. I missed the November 4. Trying to remember where you are. Where are you?
I'm over in Laverne.
Oh, there we go. Gotcha. Love. You mean Lavergne, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that. It's just, do you know what? Does anybody know how Laverne's name got there? No? I just assumed it's a women's name. That's why I was Laverne, like Laverne and Shirley. And there is a Shirley. There's a Shirley in New York, and there's a Shirley in Mass. So there you go.
Shirley suggested it.
I guess. Yeah, Shirley, you jest. All right, we had Mark, Whiskey Zero Golf Zulu Romeo. We had Jason in Laverne, November 4, Charlie, Juliet, Papa. And I heard Charles in there, Kilo Golf 4, Sierra, Foxtrot. Where are you located tonight, Charles? Ah, I thought you were moving.
I am, but for key reasons I cannot play on the radio. It takes a little bit longer.
Oh, okay, very good. Just wondering. I knew you were planning on moving up there. All right, that's Charles in Smyrna. Mobile. Are you still on your mobile rig?
I'm on a 5 watt HP.
Ah, no wonder. Yeah, your signal isn't sounding too good, but I am copying you real well. Charles on an HT in Smyrna, Kilo Golf 4, Sierra Foxtrot Foxtrot. Who else is south?
Kilo India 4, November Delta November, David. Kilo 4, Oscar Fox Oscar.
All right, very good. Had another nice double in there, but I got both of them, Donnie and David. You got two D's in there. Kilo India 4, November Delta November David in Reedyville. Everything going well?
Everything going fine, Mr. Paul. That was a low power 5 watts, so it's interesting that you can hear it.
Oh, no, I don't know. It's just good conditions, I think. It was very good. The audio out of to the west of me over there to Ashland City was about as good as yours. And of course, he needs a little more power at his end, I think.
Okay, sir. Very good. All is going well here. Good evening to everybody on the net, and thank you for what you do, Mr. Paul. Carry on, sir. KI-14D.
Yeah, very good, David. Next up is Donnie, Kilo 4 Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar.
I don't have anything any further, Paul. Appreciate you doing that.
All right, very good. Okay, we already got that announcement. I'll say it again for those that might have checked in or tuned into the radio late. Anybody who is wanting to check into the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club's repeater net, the information net, on Thursdays will not be conducting the net the following two Thursdays following today. Not Christmas Eve and not New Year's Eve. You're welcome to use the repeater. Go anywhere you want to, but you're not going to be doing the formal net. All right, Donnie, good to have you in there. It's Kilo 4 Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar. He is in Hermitage, south of me. Who else is south?
W4BX.
Might have heard a double in there, but I did hear Eddie in there. Everything well at your end?
Oh, yeah. Just checking out my old Kenwood D700. I finally found the problem and got it fixed.
Oh, good. Anything hard to fix?
Well, I'm a little slow, but remember it had low modulation. So I got it going. It took me a while, so I guess I put it back in my car now.
Excellent. All right, that was Eddie. He's in Gladeville. Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-Ray. Who else is good to have you in there, Eddie? Who else is? I haven't heard you on the air much. Who else is wherever I was? South.
KF4, KF2.
All right, Tony. That's who conducts the Santa Net. I don't know if I said this is his 19th year doing that, so you're in for a treat if you hear him. If you can jump in here on this frequency on this coming Thursday.
Yeah, please, third party, all your little ones that can talk directly to Santa on North Pole 1. And hey, even NORAD can't do that.
Very good. No, I think you'll enjoy it. If you haven't heard it, it's a lot of fun. That's Tony. He's in Smyrna. That's where he'll be transmitting from, and I'll be retransmitting that on 446 415, which I don't think it's going to go too much further, but it'll just give another frequency to listen to if you can't hear Tony directly. Tony has a little bit of a problem where would you say your worst problem on 2 meters is at this point, Tony? Up northeast of me?
I'm a little deaf to the northwest, out toward Ashland City and that area.
Okay. Yeah. I almost wish we had that backwards. We came into this on 446 and went back out on 2 meters from my antenna, because I get out everywhere. I hadn't thought about that.
Comment.
Hey, go ahead, Michael.
Hey, listen, I've had a couple people ask me about getting information to Tony about their children and how is the best way to go about that.
Did you hear that, Tony?
If you want to do third party, you just, call into the net like you normally call in the net and say, hey, I got a little one here to talk to you. And then I'll make a call to North Pole 1 or either Santa or Bruce the Elf, who generally rides along with Santa, will answer back and we'll just have a normal QSO.
Michael, did you mean in advance?
Yeah, I mean in advance to feed you some information. We'll send either me or little flyer that I send out regarding all that good stuff.
Roger that. Thank you so much.
Very good, Tony. I think we're gonna. Hopefully, we'll have some nice participation coming up here Thursday night. Anyway, that was Tony, KF4, KFQ, who's personally knows Santa and most of the elves and the reindeer for that. Who else is Sal?
N-A-C-P-Y-Q-H, Drew in Murfreesboro.
All right, hold on, Drew. I got Rusty got in there first. He stayed awake for the evening to make the net. Where you been, man?
Well, you about got it right. Sleeping or or getting up early and going to Deerwood. You know, after about 8 o'clock, I don't make it much longer.
Oh, I know. I'm kind of the opposite. See, you're not old enough. See, it's funny. I can stay up till midnight, sometimes 1, and I can't sleep past 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't usually have the problem going to sleep at night, but then I'm usually back up again about 4.
Oh yeah, see, if I go to bed at 10 for some silly reason, like my wife says it's time to go to bed. If I go to bed at 10, I always cringe because, oh man, I'm going to be up at 4 in the morning. This is terrible.
Well, glad I could be back in tonight. It's been a bit, but want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas too. This is the last Saturday night net before Christmas.
That's right. It's the second to last net before Christmas.
Exactly. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everybody, and woohoo, 2020 on the way out.
I know. I just got used to writing 2020.
No, that always happens to me. I get used to it, and it's like a month, and it's the next year.
Yeah, I know. I still can't believe it's. I remember when I was young, and I was probably 12 or 13, and thinking about 2 things. I had one date I looked forward to was 1976, the bicentennial, and the other one was looking forward. Not so much. I said, man, I'm going to be 51 years old when the 2000 rolls around. Well, that's 20 years ago. Almost 21.
Comment.
Hey, go ahead.
Hey, you know, when 2020 becomes 2021, it's old enough to drink.
Yeah, that's in. Yeah, I guess all the states have to abide by that. All right, very good. Good to have you in there, Rusty. Rusty's in Murfreesboro, and it's November 8th, Papa Yankee. Drew, give me a call again.
This is Drew. Call sign's going to be KO4DQH, and I'm in Murfreesboro.
All right, very good. I had my cheat sheet here, and I had noted that because I have trouble remembering some of the others. I just realized. I realized recently how many new hams there are by all the Kilo Oscar calls that come out, and it's interesting because when I took the exam 15 years ago, it was Kilo India, so we've worked our way all the way down to Oscar. That's kind of funny how things move along so rapidly. And I don't know, it looks like we're going to run out of calls after a while. We're going to have to add letters or something.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, very good. That's Drew in Murfreesboro, Kilo Oscar for Delta Quebec Hotel. Anybody else south?
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Very good, Larry. Great signal as always. Are you copying everybody else as always?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good tonight.
Very good. Did you hear that HT in Smyrna?
Yes, I did.
Ah, very good. I kind of suspected you would. Anyway, that was Larry in Rockville, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Who else is south?
K4,
Hey, boy, what are you unloading your whole trunk out there with the gear on the net?
Well, after I go over coronavirus, I finally felt like cleaning out my ham shack.
Oh, you mean you realized all the stuff you had in your ham shack? Yeah, very good. That's Robin, and he recovered nicely from COVID-19, and now he's cleaning out his shack of some stuff. You're going to sanitize all that stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where did you get those complex N connectors, man? I've never seen anything like those.
K4CM,
Ah, really? Do they make them that way anymore?
Yeah, you can still get them. Matter of fact, looking around, I was trying to figure out how to price them. You can go to Newark or Mauser and pay $15 a piece for them.
Wow. And those must be like an industrial grade, are they?
They're old school. long before the crimp connectors were held on.
Okay, I got you. Very good. That's Robin here in Hermitage, south of me, 4 or 5 miles. That's Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. And I'm glad you recovered so nicely from that. Yeah, it just as you're a better man than some others. I say better. You've had a better experience than some others.
I was blessed with a light case.
Oh yeah, no, that's great. Did they say anything about? Does a light case mean you got less virus attached, or is it just that your body responds better to it?
Very good question, and I'm sorry I don't have a very good answer.
Yeah, my wife has been having that argument. So you can get a big load of that virus. I go, how do you get a big load of a virus?
Different strands.
I guess. Got to actually have somebody sneeze right in your face.
Well, I can tell you that didn't happen to me.
No, I don't imagine it did. All right. Anyway, that's because you're above everybody else. You couldn't possibly be sneezed in the face. Anyway, again, Robin in Hermitage, Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. Who else is south?
Kilo Mike 4 Tango Mike Tom in Rockville.
Hey, Tom. Yeah, I think we talked ourselves to death today on the radio. The 4 or 5 or 6 of us.
Yeah, we did. Had a nice little chat. Enjoyed it very much so. I'm just hanging out here in the shack watching the Alabama-Florida football game.
Well, I'm kind of attached to Florida, but I don't really care ultimately. I mean, I happen to like any SEC game.
Yeah, well, Alabama's sort of in control. It's 28-17 just before the half. So, but Florida's putting a pretty decent showing on. But I just don't think they're going to have what it takes. Alabama's just going to wear them down. But anyway, I want to say hello to the net and everybody that can hear me, and Merry Christmas to everyone, because I guess this is the last Saturday night before Christmas. So we're getting prepared around here. Thanks again for what you do, Paul. Do a great job. K4PEWKM4TM.
Very good. I got a quiz for you. Did you ever hear what Bear Bryant said about what's his face? I'll think of his name in a second. Quarterback. Dang. I think I remember his name right. His name just escaped me as I was talking here. The quarterback who played for the Jets and he played for Alabama under Bear Bryant. It's on TV every night now, advertising insurance.
Joe Namath?
Yeah, I couldn't think of Joe Namath. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, did you hear what he said about Joe Namath? Back in the day.
I did not. What did he say?
He said 2 things. He said Joe Namath was the best decision he made in football ever in getting and attracting him. And 2, he says he was the best coach, best, easiest to coach player he's ever worked with. And I thought, that's some pretty big words out of Bear Bryant.
Yep. And I think he was the worst choice in the world for insurance commercials.
Oh, I'm tired of looking at him, man. I have to turn my face away from him.
I do too. I tell you what, I'll be glad when the year is over and that all this stops.
Well, what cracked me up about watching Joe Namath is here I'm watching the greats of my youth relegated to being sales spokesmen for some goofy program,
It's not like he needs the money, right?
I wouldn't think so. But hey, it's easy money for a guy like him. I mean, if you remember, he was a real glory hog in a lot of ways. Very provocative guy. And if you remember, what did he do? Oh yeah, he actually he wore pantyhose in the Ms. magazine or something like that.
Yeah, that's just something you cannot unsee. Anyway, between him and the My Pillow guy, I've about had it with commercials.
Oh yeah, the My Pillow guy drives me crazy. He looks like he's holding a baby in his arms, as if that's some great thing. I can tell it's a good pillow because he's holding it that way. I don't know. They might be great pillows, but it just looks hokey to me.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good pillows. The wife and I have them. You know why he advertised those pantyhose, don't you? Great, but it's good.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. Hold on. What'd you say, Richard? You say why he did the pantyhose version?
Yeah, do you know why he did the pantyhose commercial?
I don't remember.
He had so many knee surgeries that he was almost crippled for life, and that's part of what made him retire from football. But the pantyhose commercial were to prove that his knees were prettier than everybody thought they ought to be, and
just he was, you know, he actually got reprimanded by the NFL, not for being goofy. He got reprimanded because he was Mr. Big Stuff in New York City with the Jets, and he was hanging around a lot of mob related bars.
Yeah, they didn't appreciate that too much. Okay, yeah, for us,
Yeah, well, again, he just there's one thing about the sports world does not need to be associated with organized crime. Anyway, and he was one of my heroes really in football because he was so provocative. Anyway, I just liked him because he said he was going to beat the Colts, and he did beat the Colts, which cracked everybody. Well, made everybody in NFL sick and made everybody else happy. All right, there was Tom in Rockville, and that was just Richard checking in there. Okay, not checking in, but giving us his story on pantyhose. I guess he's an expert in that area. And it was Tom, Kilo, Mike, 4 Tango, Mike in Rockville. Who else is south?
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta, Ken, and Smyrna.
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta in Smyrna. That's Ken. Sound good. Are you hearing everybody, Ken?
Yes, sir. Most everybody. There was 1 or 2 north of you that I didn't. It was breaking my 12s, but I didn't have a good copy on them.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were in early enough to hear Zachary up there in Lafayette.
I did hear Zachary.
Ah, really? Well, again, he's at 1,000 feet, so he's got an advantage over almost everybody.
Yep. Paul, thank you for what you do. You have built a good net, and I'm proud of it, even though I didn't start it. And you should be proud too.
Oh yeah, it's like that idea that you probably heard it said that kids grow up not because of their parents, but in spite of them. And I think that the net is growing in spite of me, not because of me.
I disagree, Paul. You're the central force. You are the. They have a dark side, and then they have the other side, and we need to pull as many people out of the dark side over to Simplex.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Those are Tony's words about bringing him over from the dark side. Yeah, well, maybe we ought to call it the cult of Simplex, or the 415 cult. That might give a bad impression. Anyway, that's Ken and Smyrna. Whiskey Victor 4 Delta. Anybody else south?
Kilo, November 4, Charlie, Quebec, Preston, Rockville.
Hey, Preston, you've been somewhat of a stranger, but you checked in a week or so ago, didn't you?
Yeah, it hasn't been too long.
Yeah, everything going well over there? You must be blown out by Larry and Tom.
Yeah, all the stations on the south got a really good signal over here to my house.
Yeah. Well, which antenna? You had that? Didn't you have the X700 as well?
No, I think it's the 510 or 500, something like that. It's pretty close.
Oh yeah, no, you have an excellent signal out of Rockford. No worse than, or no better, but no worse than any of those others down in that area. Rockville must be a good location for radios.
Works for me. Appreciate you doing that, Paul. KN4CCQ.
Yep, that's Preston. He is in Possum Town. I got that right, didn't I?
I was going to give up on Possum Trot. They keep stealing the signs.
Wait a minute, so straighten me out, because we got Bill who lives up in Possum Town, and you're in Possum Trot, right?
Roger.
Yeah, that's weird, Possum Trot. Possums don't really trot much. I mean, they move, but they're pretty quiet.
Well, it depends on if you get after them or not.
Well, you know, my first time since I've lived here, which is 9 years, 2 of my dogs had a little altercation with a skunk. It didn't end well for them.
Man, I'd hate to see that battle.
Well, they both came in. Now they're both the 2 dogs. I still, even though we cleaned them up, they still got a slight odor to them. And I call them. They're both named as Skunk ASS1 and Skunk ASS2.
I can't imagine. But good evening to you, Paul. Everyone on the net, KN4CCQ.
Yeah, very good. That's Preston in Possum Trot. Kilo November 4, Charlie, Quebec. Who else is south?
Hey, Paul.
You.
Can I say hey to Preston? N-A-T-T-Y. Hey, Preston, good to hear you, man.
Roger, Roger, Rusty. Hope everything's well with you, sir.
Real good, man. Don't be a stranger. I hadn't got to talk to you in a while, but good to hear you.
Roger, Roger, 7-3, sir.
You as well. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, very good. That's what the frequency and the net's for. You're welcome anytime. I can't stop you even if I can't. That's simple. Anybody else south? Over to the east then.
Whiskey 4, Tango Foxtrot Zulu.
Whiskey 4, Tango, Foxtrot, Zulu. And that is, oh my gosh. That's Carrie. That's who that is. I was trying to, your voice throws me sometimes. It's very it's easy to distinguish, but you were a little, are you using a different mic or anything?
Oh, I was leaning back in the chair.
Oh, okay, very good. Everything's going well for you down there in let's see, you're actually north of Cedars Lebanon, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I am just right on the north edge of it. Not very close to the entrance over there to the park and all. But again, Merry Christmas to all. As everybody has said, it's going to be the last Saturday night net before Christmas, and thank you, Paul, for doing it. Just hope that everybody is ready to get rid of 2020 and we start fresh and new in 2021.
Yeah, I just wish it would magically clean up everything and everybody go back to work and it would all go back to semi-normal.
Agreed on that. Now, you made a comment earlier about Zachary up in Lafayette. I could hear him. I had he didn't break, he break the squelch, but I had 0 on the meter.
Oh, really? So you did hear the audio, but no, very little signal shown. Yeah, it's amazing what that elevation will do at 1,000 feet. Very good. That's Carrie. He's over there just north of the Cedars of Lebanon, south of the city of Lebanon. And that's Whiskey 4, Tango, Foxtrot, Zulu. Who else is south or east?
KI4SBKI4SOR. Good evening again.
All right. That's Richard and Stephanie, and they are in a little bit west of Lebanon. When you were trying to talk to me the other day, where the heck were you? I could barely hear you. Barely.
I was standing out here at one of the maintenance sheds on the property I live on with a handheld. It was that TYT I'm carrying now. But I should have known better to try that.
Well, it was just tough. I mean, I don't know why it was that bad. Does it have the extended antenna or the regular one?
I've got the factory dummy load that came with the radio. I haven't swapped to an aftermarket one yet.
Oh, that's partially the reason I'd say is because sometimes I have a real good experience with those either MFJ or the TYT. No, not TYT. What's the other one? The one that they sell on Amazon? I forgot.
You talking about the radio or the antenna?
No, the antenna.
Oh, well, now they've diamond handheld antennas. I don't know shoot, I can't think of it. It's an N something or other, but there's three letters that make up the acronym, I think.
That's Nagoya is the name. That's what it is.
Yeah, Nagoya.
Yep, very good. Yeah, I've had good luck with that one as well as the one the MFJ sells. Yeah, the one of MFJ. I think I had one on the Diamond too, but I don't know where it went. Anyway, that's Richard, just west of downtown Lebanon, Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo, and his better half Stephanie, Kilo India 4 Sierra Oscar Romeo. Anybody else east?
WA4ZH, James, Mount Juliet.
Man, you almost came in last instead of first this time, James.
I had stuff to do tonight.
Oh no, that's all right. I mean, I don't mind, but when east comes up, you're always first, and here you are. East is last, and you're coming in somewhere near the last because you're number 34.
Well, I don't need to be selfish.
No, of course not. It's not important, really. I mean, you got a good signal as always. How many people are you copying, do you think?
I just turned it on. I hadn't heard anybody but Brother Richard.
Oh, all right, very good. That's James here in Mount Juliet, who's got an indoor antenna because of restrictions. Does a good job. Otherwise, he just checked in, though. He didn't know how many people. We don't know how many here because he never radio. Anybody else east?
N4JAV, Alan 11.
Hey, Alan. Everything going well in Lebanon tonight?
So far, so good.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit drizzly out, which isn't so bad. I was when I went out to the store a little earlier, I thought it's raining a little bit, and it's just wet enough, and I'm just hoping it doesn't go below freezing tonight.
Yeah, I ventured out to get a pizza a little while ago, and it's just enough to be aggravating, really.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a big deal. It's just I just thought if the car is all wet first thing in the morning for my wife going to work, she's gonna be out there scraping the window.
Yeah, that's not gonna be fun.
I don't know. I don't. Is it supposed to go below freezing?
Not sure off the top of my head.
Yeah, right. I'll have to look at the weather on the web. Anyway, that's Alan, Lebanon, November 4, Juliet, Alpha, Victor. Anybody else east?
Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo Whiskey Charlie.
All righty, Jeff. Haven't heard from you in a while. You doing okay?
Yeah, doing fine. That's why I figured I'd check in.
That's right. Yeah, very good. Nice to hear from you. How is that net going on Tuesday nights?
It's doing okay. It's picking up slowly.
Very good. He does the does a net for the W4EAO for the that's really for the what do you call it? EOC, correct?
Yeah, pretty
Yep. And been going on for how long have you guys been doing it now?
A year, possibly.
Yeah, I thought it was quite a while. Well, good. Well, as always, just like with this net, it took us only 3 or 4 or 5 years to get past 16 or 17 check-ins. So it always takes a while. Anyway, that's Jeff. He's in Lebanon. Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo Whiskey Charlie. Good to have you in there, Jeff. Good to hear from you again. Who else is west or east? I mean.
Okay, all right, good.
Very good. Thanks for hanging in there tonight, Stan. Everything going well for you?
Good, Paul.
I'm doing pretty good. The biggest problem I have is in my old age, so to speak, and going on 72, is if I go through the day and I don't take a nap, even if I do take a nap and I get dinner, it's hard for me to stay awake after I eat. Anyway, that's Stan with a good signal out of Lebanon. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo. Anybody else east? Anybody else east?
I'm east of LA. Does that count?
Any place east doesn't matter. Go ahead. I'm not even sure who that was.
It's me. It's Rick out in Ashland City. I just wanted to let you know I was east of LA.
Well, you're east of Memphis too.
Oh, a whole bunch of other places.
Yeah, I got you. No, the signal's so good, I didn't think it was you.
Well, I don't know if that's a compliment or what, but I'll take it.
No, it's a compliment. I mean, it's just the conditions are very good tonight, and your audio is very good tonight. Anyway, anybody else, any place, anywhere, please come now. North, south, east, or west.
PAW David and Madison.
Yeah, we locked up the airwaves today, didn't we, David?
Yeah, sometimes I get a little chatty.
Oh no, that's all right. It's just think of it as entertaining to at least to somebody. Somebody thought it was entertaining.
Yep, either that or they just turn the radio off for a while.
That's right. We teach them a lesson. Don't be listening on this frequency, or you might get bored.
That's right.
No, it's funny. I'll listen to conversations that I wouldn't normally be interested in, just because it's different people with different views and different ideas, and just sometimes it's fun to do that. Anyway, that's David. He is in Madison. You got that right this time, didn't I?
That's correct.
For some reason, I always want to stick you in Gallatin. I don't know why. Anyway, it's David. November 5, Tango Alpha Whiskey, and we had to replace the finals on 2 radios after 2 over. So quite a bit of time on the air today. I didn't place anything. All right, very good. Anybody else east or anywhere, any place, anywhere?
Whiskey Echo 4 Echo, Danny.
Ah, very good, Danny. You doing okay? I haven't heard from you in a little while.
Yeah, holding my own. Managed to slide in here just before the SDR dongler.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's Danny in Hendersonville. Whiskey Echo 4 Echo. You doing anything different on the HF or 2 meters?
I did. I was up fairly early this morning and just on a whim decided to see what kind of shape 2 meters was in. Made an almost FT8 contact a little bit north of St. Louis. So that's about all. I put an HF radio and a mobile in my truck, winter contest, and a bunch of VEs on there today. And I worked Nova Scotia, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, a couple other places in the frozen north out of my truck on 40 meters. I'm pretty happy about that.
Which antenna are you using on the truck?
I'm using the Diamond SD330.
That's the screwdriver one?
Yeah, it's not a real elaborate one. Yeah, just, I was telling Robin about this a couple of weeks ago. Tar heels and high Qs and scorpions aren't my pay grade. Those things are really expensive and they're big. This one, it's not super big. It's not real complicated. It's not terribly expensive. I'm fortunate that I've got that big F350 that provides half decent counterpoise, I guess. I think that's a lot of it. Is the mass of that thing couples to the ground fairly well. I think that's my speculation anyway. But yeah, it works fine. I don't know how long it's going to last or how it's going to hold up. It's getting beat to death on the back of that truck, but right now it seems to work pretty good.
Which bands is that Diamond good for?
It comes with 2 whips, and it'll do anywhere from 80 to 6. I did make an 80-meter contact up in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky last weekend. It was at night and everything, and it wasn't super strong, but he heard me, which was a miracle.
Yeah, it's interesting because do you remember how much that was? Because my Yaesu ATAS 120, it's only good for really 40 through maybe 6. I don't remember if it did 6 at all.
Yeah, it comes, like I said, it comes with a short whip. And if you want to work 40 through 6, put the short whip in. And if you want to work 80 through 10, you put the long whip. And I actually put an oversized whip on this one. It comes with a 47-inch. I put a 64-inch in it, just to try to give it a leg up. It may be partly responsible for why it works a little better on 40. That, and I just had a couple of lucky paths today. I think it's all luck.
Oh yeah. How much was that Diamond? Do you remember?
R&L Electronics 359, 369, I think 359. I think. The Tar Heels are in the 650s and up, and that's more money than I can throw at it.
Oh, I agree. I've had and used a lot that ATAS 120, and it's in that same category, $300 to $400. I don't remember how much it is now, but I think it's around 350. And it's nice because it integrates with either the 857D Yaesu or the 897 without an external way to, you just hit the tune button and it tunes the antenna for you.
Yeah, it's clever. They don't have an especially good reputation. I know you said you had good luck with yours. I think a lot of people don't have adequate mounting and adequate ground, body panel bonding and things like that. And I did do that. Also, and I think you saw my pickup. I think that old black F350. It's an 04. It was a fleet vehicle. I don't mind drilling holes in it. It doesn't bother me. So it's got tinned copper braid straps that bond, the bed to the frame in 4 places, and the exhaust is bonded to the frame in 3 places, and the hood is bonded, and all of the body panels and the doors and the cab to the bed and all this stuff's all bonded together. And that's where a lot of times anybody that's going to buy an ATAS, they're going to run it on a Diamond 400 mount screwed to the trunk limb for their Toyota Corolla and not have very good luck with it.
No, you do have to have it bonded properly, or it's not. You're right. It's not going to function at all. It's not going to tune. You won't know what's wrong. And I've heard that so many comments about that. I get tired of reading them because I had mine installed just fine, and I worked a world on that thing on some nights. It was really kind of nice. Anyway, no, any good quality antenna, but it does not take winter climates well. I found out. I had one that just because of the salt exposure and the snow and all the other stuff that was up there in western New York, there in Niagara Falls, tore one up, couldn't be repaired, couldn't even get it apart.
I can believe that. They are fiddly. You do have to keep them inside. You got to take them apart periodically and clean them and make sure that they're not all full of Lord knows what. And I do know there's a little interface board in there that one false move, you blow that up, you're just dead because you can't apparently buy this part. And so, I mean, when they say 100 watts, they don't mean 110. They mean 100 watts. And, you know, it is possible to overdrive that antenna and blow the interface board up, which is not good.
Yeah, I've heard that. Anyway, that was Danny and Henderson, Whiskey Echo 4 Echo. It's good to have you back in there. Well, anybody else late check-ins? The Q, the one ending in Q, I think. What was that? Because it was double.
KU4XQ.
Ah, KU4XQ. That's Tim in Hendersonville. How you doing?
Good, man. Sitting here on eBay looking at straight keys.
Oh, well, depends on which one you buy, because I've seen some of them. They're just ridiculously priced. Some of those fancy Italian ones.
Oh, yeah, man. Before I got out of this hobby, I had a J38. I sold it cheap. I think I sold it for like $30. I should have kept it. But straight night keys coming up, New Year's, and looks like I'm not going to get out and play parties or anything. So I'm going to sit here and brush up on Morse code.
Ah, very good. Yeah, let me move on, Tim. We're running longer than I expected to. It was good to hear you. I mean, are you back to work?
Oh, yeah, all good, man.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, Tim had a little bout with the COVID. Was it really, did it hit you real hard?
I got a mediocre case. I had some hard breathing and made me nervous, but I got over it.
Yeah, very good. Well, that's because you're a better man than most. That's why.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Very good. That's Tim in Hendersonville. Kilo Uniform 4 X-Ray Quebec. Anybody else? Who was it? Was another station in there?
Yeah, that was KD8RRO.
Ah, very good. How you doing, Kirby?
Doing very well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Did you get my note about the general test?
I have not yet, but I will. I guess I'll check it here in a minute.
Well, ultimately, the best, if you can't find easily someone in the area who, like a club that's doing it, just look up on the web the Anchorage Amateur Radio Club. That's in Alaska. Anchorage Amateur Radio Club. They will actually conduct the test with you alone on a laptop or a PC in your home by yourself. And all you have to do is, you scan the room with your camera to make sure there's no added technical helps, in the room, and they'll give you the test right then. But you have to sit in front of the PC for the duration of the test.
Oh, copy that there. Well, that sounds like a plan. So it does.
Yeah, so look on Anchorage Amateur Radio Club. So they have a nice website, and it even has a link in there that says if you want to take the test, and you hit the buttons, and not hard at all. You go there, and I think, I don't know, $18 maybe. I think that's what it is. They've really got it down pat. They're a very professional group.
Okay, copy that there. Well, that'd be great. I'll check that out definitely.
All right, very good. Good luck on the test. When do you hope to take it?
Here in a few weeks or whatever. I've got a little bit more studying to do, but I'm pretty sure I can get it.
All right, sounds good, Kirby. Very good. That's Kirby. He's in Aguardo. Kilo Delta 8 Romeo Oscar. Anybody else late check-ins?
Oscar 4 Charlie Victor uniform.
Kilo Oscar 4 Charlie Victor uniform. You're gonna stretch my brain again here. Charlie Victor uniform. No, I forgot your name. I'm sorry.
All right, this is Steven, and I'm on the outskirts of Martha, Greater Metro Martha.
Oh, the Metropolis. That's right. The very highly urban area.
Absolutely.
Very good, Steven. Everything going well over there?
Yes, sir, doing just fine. I'll turn it back to you.
All right, very good. Stephen hung in there from Martha, Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Victor uniform over there in Martha. You're the other second Martha person in there. The Tom hasn't been in there tonight, but maybe he will still. And who else is any place anywhere?
Comment.
Go ahead, comment.
Actually, question. What was Danny's call sign in Hendersonville?
Whiskey Echo 4 Echo.
Oh, okay. I wrote it down wrong. I picked up one of those SD 330s here a while back. Hadn't got it installed yet. I might have to pick his brain a little bit. Sounds like he knows what he's doing. Thanks. N5PA.
Well, if he doesn't, he's putting on a good show.
for you at iCloud.com. I'll send you some pictures.
I did hear another station in there who wanted to check in. Late check-ins. We're going to move on to the lurkers, lollygaggers, and sandbaggers. And if none there, we're moving on to the procrastinators, SDR donglers, preppers, end-time survivalists. And the flat earthers. I forgot about that. And anybody who's got an 8-watt Bofang HT. All right, that wraps it up. We had a grand total of 43. Another banner night here on Simplex. Has anybody got anything to buy, sell, swap, or swindle? Move right into that. Nothing. Nobody wants to sell nothing. But remember, you can always post that information directly to the to our site there on groups.io. Please don't hesitate. It ought, generally speaking, it goes straight out to everybody, and you have a good chance of selling it if it's something in any part of the marketplace. Because lots of the people here on the net do more than Simplex. They do, they do sideband work and they do HF work. So there's a good chance you'll have a good chance of selling it. Okay. Well, then nobody else got any buy, sell, swap, or swindle? All righty, then let's do this. We're going to go right over to the 144.240 and go from there. I'll see you guys at 144.240 momentarily. All right, this is K4PEW, the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net on 144.240. We're starting again from the north, where were we? North, please come in.
KB9RKK.
All right, we got Frank in there, KB9RKK, if I can read properly. Who else is north?
KC9ETS.
All right, we got KC9ETS. That'd be Paul here in Mount Juliet. Who is the other party?
WB0NLO.
All right, very good. That's Mark here in Wilson County. Who else we got north?
WB4E.
Ah, very good, Danny. A nice signal. Who else is north? Over to the west.
KM4YRS, Mike in Belshire.
Sounds good, Michael. In Belshire, that's KM4YRF. Who else is west?
KG4CXE, Chris and Dalton.
KG4CXE, Chris and Donaldson. Who else is west?
N80NUT, Carl at Franklin.
Ah, very good. Got you in there, Carl. Good signal. November 8, November Uniform Tango. Anybody else west? All right, to the south.
N8PPY.
Ah, good to have you in there. Which radio are you on now, Rusty?
I'm on the 991A.
Oh, that's right. Because before you had the, you were on that low power rig, the QRP rig, weren't you?
Yep, 817.
Yeah. That's your signal's so much better with the 991.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, very good. Who else is south? All right, that was November 8, Papa Yankee, by the way. Who else is south? Anybody?
W0GZR, Mark, Nashville.
All right, he's in southern Nashville. Whiskey Zero, Golf Zulu Romeo, Mark in Nashville. Who else is west or east? Or south or east, I mean.
Whiskey 4 Tango Foxtrot Zulu, Carrie over here at Baird's Mill.
Very good. The Baird's Mill, Whiskey 4 Tango Foxtrot Zulu. Very good. Anybody else? And it's Carrie over there in Baird's Mill. Who else is south or east?
10-4 JAV, Alan 11.
Very good, Alan. Sound good out of 11. November 4, Juliet Alpha Victor. Who else east? Anywhere, any place? Nobody else? Late check-ins or lollygaggers or sandbaggers on the 2-meter sideband for the net? So I'm going to go back real quick over these. We got November 4, Juliet Alpha Victor, and Alan in Lebanon, Whiskey 4 Tango Foxtrot Zulu in Baird's Mill. That's Carrie. Whiskey 0 Golf Zulu Romeo, Mark in Asheville. And we got November 8, Papa Yankee. That's Rusty in Murfreesboro. November 8, November Uniform Tango, Carl in Franklin. Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. Chris and Donaldson, Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot Mike in Belshire, and Whiskey Echo 4 Echo. Let's see, I get tongue tied here. And that's Danny in Hendersonville. Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar Mark in Northwest Wilson. Kilo Charlie 9 Echo Tango Sierra. If I could read my writing here. That's a Paul here in Mount Juliet, the other Paul, and Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Mark. I'm not so Mark. Frank in here Northwest Mount Juliet, and me, K4PEW, and I believe that's number 12 total, which isn't too shabby. 2 meters. I'll make sure I write it down. Getting kind of sloppy. We're going to move over to 10 meters, and if Michael, you would announce that on 2 meters, it'd be great.
All right, 10 meters.
No, announce it on 2 meters. We're going to 6 meters.
Roger that. You may as well go ahead and check me in. You'll barely be able to hear me on this 10-meter antenna.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll hear you. Give it a try when you get there. All right, very good. We're QSYing over to where were we? 50.135. All right, this is Kilo 4 Papa Echo with 6 meter upper sideband portion of the net starting from the north. Please come now.
Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo, Frank in Northwest Mount Juliet.
Yep, sounds good, Frank. Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo. Who else is north? Yeah, your signal, your audio seems low. I didn't look at the signal. Hit me again with that, would you, Danny?
No, my antenna's being cranky.
I just want to be sure. No, I can hear you. It's just lower than I would expect for where you are. All right, very good. That was Danny, Whiskey Echo 4 Echo, Hendersonville. Who else is north?
W0 Echo Tango Sierra.
All right, I think I heard Paul in there, and I heard Mark in Northwest Wilson. Well, it was you, wasn't it, Paul? Echo Tango Sierra?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. That's let's see. Mark is it's Kilo Charlie 9 Echo Tango Sierra. I got to make sure I get my story straight here. Kilo Charlie 9 Echo Tango Sierra. Yeah. Go through too many calls, I think. Who else is north? Please come down. Over to the west. I can hear Rusty. You must have a real, well, we'll talk about it later. That's Rusty in Murfreesboro, November 8, Papa Yankee. Who else is wherever I was? Where was I? West? Please come now. All right, I got the 2 in there. November 8 NUT and Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor, and that would be Jack and Donaldson, and we got Carl in Franklin. Who else is north or west?
KG4 CXE, Chris and Donaldson.
All right, KG4 CXE, Chris. Yeah, your signal's real good on 6 meters.
Thanks.
Anybody else west?
I heard Michael trying to check in, KB9RKK.
Yeah, it sounds like he's lost, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm using the same antenna he's got, but mine's indoor right
now. He's using the 10 meter on the antenna. That's why.
Oh, that's right. I got one of them power omni angles, but it's right now. It's in my bonus room, up on the mic stand as high up as I can get it.
Yeah. Anyway, no, he's at a disadvantage. That's KM4YRF, and he's on a 10 meter antenna tuned to that, and the signal's very low. Anyway, who else is west? To the south, then.
Kilo 4, India Delta Charlie.
All right, very good. You got the solid. You know, you're a little like almost like a hot mic on that, Robin.
Well, I could turn it down.
Oh, just a little hot. I mean, I got you fine. It just seems a little, hot.
Can you hear the music playing in the background?
No, but you're still. It almost sounds like you're slightly off frequency. It's got a jaggedy edge to it.
Well, the truth is, you sound off frequency to me, too.
Well, I calibrated mine recently.
Hey, Robin. Talk a little bit, and I'll zero beat to you.
Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, K4 PEW.
All right, I moved out 4KC and you sound normal to me.
Okay, I should be on the mic. I think I'm hearing Danny perfectly, and I'm pretty sure he can hear me perfectly.
I'm not saying yours is all frequency. It may very well be mine, but what I am saying is it looks like it's about a 4KC difference.
Okay, no, I'm with you. I had to go through that on my 991 here a couple, 3 weeks ago. And it was pretty, I used the YouTube video to do that.
Cool. Well, this is an old 857. Still has most of the display showing. There's 2 rows of pixels that are out right above the numeric display, so it doesn't quite say USB, but the numbers are clear, which is far better than the ones in my car.
Yeah, okay. Very good. That was Robin here in Hermitage, Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. Anybody else south or east?
Kilo 4 Oscar Fox Oscar.
All right, I got Donnie, and there was another station in there, and I doubled with him as well. Who was that other station? I got Kilo 4 Oscar Foxtrot Oscar. Who was the other station? Ah, very good, Stephen. Yeah, a little low on the audio. I wasn't looking at the signal strength, but I did copy. It just took a little bit of, I had to be the RCA dog to hear it. Kilo Oscar 4 Charlie Victor uniform. Stephen over there in Martha. Martha, that's where you are, isn't it? Say that again, Stephen. You're a little low to me. Yeah, I'm still not figuring out what you're saying. Hold on one second. Let me turn up the volume a little better. Say that again slowly, please. Ah, okay. Robin, are you copying Stephen at all?
Barely. What I'm hearing is ask Robin, but I can't understand the rest of it. Where is he? Pretty weak to me.
He's in Martha.
I don't know where Martha is.
It's north of Lebanon.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I do know where Martha is. I used to live near there. Hang on. Let me swing the beam around about 45 degrees. That'll help. And let's see. There we go. Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. How copy? All right. Very good. Is this Stephen? Oh, that's good news. That's good news. I'm glad to hear it, Stephen. That's terrific. Your intended 6-meter transverter arrived yesterday. It's still in the box, and I have an interface box on the way for it. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah, look in the diagram, see what you can figure out. I've been looking at it too.
Yeah, very good, Stephen. That's what we're kind of here for. That's gone a little long anywhere, so a couple more minutes wouldn't hurt a bit. Anyway, that was Stephen, Kilo Oscar 4 Charlie Victor uniform in Martha. Checking on some stuff with Robin, Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. If you're monitoring that, is there any more stations late check-ins?
W0GZR Mark in Nashville.
Ah, very good, Mark. Yeah, you got a good signal. You didn't already check in. No, you didn't check in here. I was getting confused. But yep, you sound good, Mark. Really, really strong signal.
Well, I'm honored, and I appreciate all that you do.
No, I got a lot of doo-doo. That's right. That was Mark in Nashville. Whiskey Zero Golf, Zulu Rome. You have to, you really do. When you put yourself in the middle of things, no matter what it is, you have to have a little thicker skin. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, yeah. And it took me a while to develop it. So that comment I made, we had a commissioner once, and she was really kind of feeble, and she'd stand up and she'd say, and I appreciate all that you do, and all the troopers and the agents would just chuckle, and it drove her crazy. She never figured out why they were laughing.
That's funny. All right. Anyway, that's Mark in Nashville. Good to hear you in there. Yeah, get a good signal on 6 meters, by the way. Anyway, I think I already said that. Anybody else late check-in? Any place, anywhere, 6 meters? All right. I did think that was Carrie. Is that you in there, Carrie?
Yes, sir. Trying to see if I can get one.
Yeah. See, your signal sounds a little thin. I guess I'll say the audio sounds a little thin. And of course, the audio is a little bit low. I'll look at the signal again when you come back to me.
Yeah, just trying to get to them. That's fine. I hear only take them and I got here and all the sometimes on the ATM I can't hear you. I guess they're back to but there's one that Mark I took straight down there on the way man you.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I didn't copy all of that. It was a little slim. Like I said, your audio is a little thin. I'll say it, and a little bit weak, but it's not even showing up really on the S meter. But anyway, good to have you in there, Carrie. That's Whiskey 4 Tango Foxtrot Zulu. Was anybody else copying Carrie?
Yeah, I hear him, Paul.
Oh, cool. Yeah, right. Maybe you have a better shot to him out of. He's right just above Cedars of Lebanon over there. Well, you know where that is.
I hear him just fine. I'm looking just north of Beacon. Yeah, he's right down there in the fuzz, but I can hear him.
Oh yeah, I know I can hear him, but it's very low to me.
Oh, I turned the mic gain down. Does that sound any better?
Yes, it does.
All right. I found a guy who had a web page. He lists all the factory settings for the 857 and what his settings are. The factory sets the mic gain for single sideband to 50. He runs his at 27.
Huh. Well, I guess it's just personal preference is one of the deals. You know, I know which guy you're talking about too, but I don't remember his call.
What's that?
Now, that guy who puts out that those factory, he puts out his personal. He has a fairly big site. Isn't that the guy who's got a fairly big site about the 897, 857?
I suppose Hank Lambert, KB4MTO.
That's the one. Yes, I remember him.
Okay, I don't think I've ever been to his site before. It just happened upon him.
Yep. I remember seeing. In fact, I looked through his settings when I first got. Well, I don't know. At some point when I first had the 897D.
Yeah. Okay. Danny, does it sound any better to you? You turned away from me now, but it's hard to tell. It sounds the same as best I can tell. You're gonna have to hang on. I'll do a Wayne's World and swing the beam around. Coming around to you now. There's north. Yeah, it's still kind of crunchy. But you can't have it chewy and crunchy. Make up your mind.
I think I'm going to close the net out before we get too involved here on name calling over settings and mic gain.
Who you calling Mike?
Anyway, that will turn. When any more chickens on 6 meter before we close the net? Anybody copying anything? Real light stations? Well, I think we set a record with 15 check-ins on 6 meters tonight on upper sideband. And I'm going to run down them real quick. Whiskey 4 Tango Foxtrot Zulu Carrie in Baird's Mill. We got Mark in East Nashville. Whiskey 0 Golf Zulu Romeo. Stephen in Martha. Kilo Oscar 4 Charlie Victor Uniform. Donnie in Hermitage. Kilo 4 Oscar Foxtrot Oscar. Robin Kilo 4 Indy Delta Charlie in Hermitage. Michael KM4YRF in Belshire, northeast of Nashville. Chris, Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo in Donaldson. And no, I'm sorry. Said the wrong word there. N8NUT, who is Carl. I can't read my own writing here, but it's Carl in Franklin. We had Jack, Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor in Donaldson. Rusty, November 8, Papa Yankee in Murfreesboro. Kilo Charlie 9 Echo Tango Sierra. That's Paul here in Mount Juliet. And Mark in Northwest Wilson. Whiskey Bravo 0 November Oscar. And Whiskey Echo 4 Echo Danny in Hendersonville, and Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Frank in Northwest Mount Juliet, and myself Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey with 15. So I think we set a big time 6 meter record. So I appreciate all the check-ins, appreciate whatever else we did out here, and we'll catch you guys hopefully next net somewhere. K4 PEW. Have a great night.